Ladies and gentlemen, wow, where do I even start? Today was an amazing, truly a special, special day. And I want to come to you and I want to talk to you about the Divine Concept Group for the Retreat and Family Conference. That, by the way, the last day is going to be for tomorrow. So it started on Friday, yesterday, which was July 31st, today, which is truly amazing. And then tomorrow is going to end. So, on Transformation Greatness, along with SBN, the Small Business Network podcast, we're going to be discussing, I'm going to give you a recap of my experience from the Retreat and Family Conference, which is in courtesy of the Divine Concept Group. Ladies and gentlemen, it was just absolutely incredible. First and foremost, I want a special shout out to the director and organizer, Miss Erica Ward. I don't know if she's going to be watching this right now because more than likely she's networking, still doing some powerful things down here in Atlanta. But I definitely want to give her a special shout outs for that. But we're going to go ahead and dive in and we're going to talk about the event. And if you were in the metro Atlanta area and you didn't show up, man, you missed it. Oh, you missed it. Oh, you missed it. So for all those that are catching this on the live, do me a favor, put in hashtag live, guys. Let us all know where you're tuning in from. If you should happen to catch this on a replay, go ahead and put in hashtag replay. Let me know where you're tuning from. But more importantly, if you get any takeaways, any insights from here, I would like to know because it lets me know on how I can improve and make this podcast better because it's not about me, but it's about you guys. So before I even jump in, most of you, as far as that's watching this on my page, you pretty much know exactly who I am. But for those that may be watching for the very first time, just allow me to introduce myself very, very brief because it's not about me, it's about the event. Again, my name is Sean A. White. I am the founder and creator of a brand which is called Transformation Greatness, which is all about motivating, encouraging, and inspiring the masses. And with that, he's given me the gifts and the abilities to be an impact speaker, a coach, a radio and TV personality with SBN, the Small Business Network, along with my colleagues, Commissioner Chairman Dr. James McConnell. We have here excuse me, Misty Lane King. We have here LaQuinta Blaylock. We also have here Mrs. Petronia Belmar, Cassandra Pickett, and many, many others. But also, too, I'm a mentor. I am someone that has written two books, right? Two ebooks, and I'm a part of gazillion and one organizations. But ultimately, what I am is that I'm a connector of people, and I love to see people win. And I'm here for the underdog to let them know that it is possible to overcome your self-limited doubts and beliefs. Because I am a prime example, folks, of it doesn't matter where you started from. It's all about on where you're at now and where you're going. So with that being said, let's go ahead and recap as far as for day two of the retreat and family conference in downtown Atlanta. First and foremost, when I went there was a certain ambiance that transpired. I had a chance to meet a lot of great, amazing people just from the very beginning. And I knew that was going to be something special. But what I'm about to share with you, ladies and gentlemen, I had no idea. It went way beyond my expectations. So let's go ahead and begin. So we first started out in the conference. We all doing the meet and greet. Miss Ward, she's letting us know as far as on how the way the itinerary is going to be. And it was just great just to see those that's well on the podcast, right? For those that we've been interacting with and engaging as far as on social media, to be live in person in their true, authentic selves, not trying to portray to be somebody that they're not, but being exactly on who they are and knowing that they're in a judge-free zone. That was incredible in itself. But now I want to get into the segments in which I was a part of. And I don't know if Sister Dana is watching this, But the single session, she did an amazing and fantastic job on just doing the presentation. And I love how the way she presented. I love how the way it's very interactive, but it also challenged us as well. It was absolutely incredible because the question she was asking was very thought provoking. And then also it just allowed for everyone just to really just answer the questions and more so give their take on it. And we was just exchanging information, and it was just a beautiful synergy, right? It wasn't about, well, I have this certain amount of degrees and I'm at this certain level as far as in Christ and I know more than you. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. It was more so of just gathering information and learning and gleaming from one another. And that's what it's really all about when you are in the kingdom, when you are a kingdom entrepreneur. It's not about the egos, it's not about the degrees, it's not about what you know, what this other person doesn't know, but rather how can we use our gifts and talents together, right, for the glory and the benefit to serve others. And that's what I got from the single session. And it was just absolutely incredible. It was amazing. Shout out to Sister Dana and everybody that was in there. Just absolutely incredible. Got a chance as far as to meet Pastor Brother Dion. I mean, that was fantastic. Shouts to you, Brother Dion. Pastor Jason. My brother Pastor Jason, man. You know what? Between him and brother Scotty, it was so refreshing when we was during the men's session because brother Jason, Pastor Jason was doing his segment and I was doing my segment. And you know what? It was amazing to see that brothers that came from the same came up pretty much identical, right? We were all like in different places. Me, New York. He was in New Jersey, I believe. Brother Scotty, I think he said Chicago or something like that. But just how the way our stories is very similar, and it's very interesting on how God has been able to shift us and use us, right? Because we don't look the part, right? We don't look like the traditional, you know, pastors, or we don't look like the traditional or suited up, suit and tie, and really just providing value, right? We are exactly on who we're supposed to be. And this is what God has called us to do. And it was just so amazing and refreshing to see the brothers' gifts and talents, right? Brother Alvin, I done met. Brother Bennett done, I mean, he did an absolutely phenomenal, amazing job. And it was just something that it was like, man, like, you know what? You ever feel like in the course of your life that you just don't belong or you just don't fit in that space with the brothers? It truly felt like, you know what? We all fit in, right? As Black men, we can all relate. We all can identify of what's taking place and what's transpiring of the shift, of the battles, the trials, the tribulations, right? The transgressions, all that, and still come out of it and to say, but for the grace of God, here am I, right? Here am I. And knowing and understand that it's bigger as far as than our brand. It's bigger as far as than our business ventures, right? It's for the people. Covenant brothers. I like that. I really, really, really like that. Pastor Jason, if you're listening, my brother, yeah, we're going to stay connected for sure. Covenant brothers. Brother Scotty, if you're listening, we gotta stay connected. Brother Alvin, if you're listening, we gotta stay connected. Brother Dion, Pastor Dion, if you are in attendance, definitely we gotta stay connected. Yeah, it's kind of hard to put into words, guys, as far as on what we all have experienced, because it's one thing to say these things, but if you was just there and just learning and gleaming and just seeing shifts and really just seeing the spirit of God is just moving absolutely, positively incredible. The sisters done held it down from Sister Tanya, Tanja, excuse me, Miss, um, her name starts with a Miss Bondi, Beverly, came through and just represented. I mean, so many individuals, and I know it's others that I'm missing too. So please forgive me, charge it to my heart. Right, it was just an incredible experience. And I know some people may be listening to this and be like, well, yeah, it sounds like just any other event. I go to a million and one different conferences and events. Yeah, maybe so. And I'm not going to disagree with that. But it's something about the Divine Concept Group that's special. That's really, really, really special. And I truly believe, and I told this to Miss Ward, that I truly believe that the best is yet to come. Because what this is going to do is attract so many people that look like us, that talk like us, and they're like, you know what? This is a space where I can come, I can grow, I won't be judged, right? But at the same time, I'm looking to change, to transform into my greatest version in God. Why? Because each and every single individual has been placed here on this planet for a purpose, for assignment, for a calling. And at some point, they know that it's bigger than them. And there's a sense of fulfillment that they want. Why? Because to leave a legacy, right, for the next generation. Now, there is some that's only about for themselves and their own ambitions and own desires. Okay, that's fine. This is not for you. This is for the individuals that society has says, well, you know what? Mm, I don't think this is going to work for you, right? You're supposed to be this way, but yet we just don't accept you. The Divine Concept Group has a different thinking and way of going about things. Why? Because it's driven by God. And God says, as far as to feed his sheep, feed his people with the gifts and talents that I have given each and every single last one of you to go out there and do the work. Why? Because the work is out there, right? There's a saying, and I'm probably paraphrasing this, so God, please help me. The harvest is plentiful, but the workers are few. What that means is this: if you're an entrepreneur and you believe in God and you're a believer, it is your job and your responsibility to use your gifts and talents as far as to serve others. People should be seeing through you, they should be seeing the work that God is doing within you, period. Because if they're not seeing that, then how can they be attracted to the creator, the one that can literally do a complete transformation shift in their lives to want to then be able to work from the inside out so that way have a better quality of life during the spiritual journey, right? To be able to attract others. Is that making sense? Is that making sense? Elos, welcome, welcome, welcome. Thank you, my friend. Greetings as well. Wow, from Indonesia. Thank you. I definitely do appreciate that. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're just tuning in, this is being streamed not only on Facebook, on LinkedIn, but also on YouTube as well. This is Transformation Greatness along with SBN, the Small Business Network podcast. I'm just doing a quick recap here from the Divine Concept Group. There was the Retreat and Family Conference that's being held here in Atlanta in the downtown area. It started yesterday, July 31st. It was today, day two. Tomorrow was going to be the wrap up for day three. So if you haven't had an opportunity and you're in the metro area and you would like to attend, by all means, please feel free to reach out to me. This is what it's about, ladies and gentlemen. This is what it's about. When you have the opportunity to do something special, when God speaks to you, like as he spoke to Miss Ward, and I remember she was saying that this whole thing was just strictly about obedience. She had no desire to come down to Atlanta to do the conference because, in her words, she didn't know anyone, no one here in Atlanta. However, God said, go anyway. She said, okay. So through obedience, listen to this, folks. Through obedience, she came down here and she also, so many people that came from all over to join for this 3 day special occasion. And there was impact, there was breakthroughs. I seen a shift. And you know what? That's what it's all about. The gifts and talents in which that we have, the power to speak, the power to motivate, encourage, inspire, to edify, to uplift, and encourage. Whatever your assignment, whatever gifts and talents in which that you have, from this day forward, if you're a believer, it should be for that reason, to bring people. And I'm saying that you have to be perfect? Absolutely not. You are speaking to someone, ladies and gentlemen, that I'm far from perfect. My story is one that if you were to hear my full story, you would like, there is no possible way from a worldly standpoint, from society standpoint, it should be no way possible that I should be here August 1st, 2026, speaking to you about this. You'd be like, no way. I just can't see it. But what I've learned through this journey is that we look at it through the human lens, but God sees all and God knows all. Why? Because he knew 48 years ago, 40 years ago, right, that it would be a time such as this where I will be speaking to you all on 3 different platforms about the experience that just transpired today. So, in closing, because it was so much, and shout outs to each and every single last one of you. Again, like I mentioned, as far as in the group chat, this is just the beginning because there's so much work to be done. Many of our projects, many of our collaborations, different things that's going to come out of this space. And so, Miss Ward, I encourage you as being a director and a facilitator, keep on showing up, keep on listening to the call, and keep on obeying because great and beautiful things is going to happen. And it's going to happen at its divine time. And for others as well, I would just definitely say, keep on doing the work. Keep on doing the work. If you need help as far as in doing a podcast and really building that with the consistency, reach out to me. I've been having the opportunity now to been doing this for quite some time. Still not perfect. Had to get over my own trials and tribulations when it comes to this. Believe me, oh my goodness. But I sit here after many, 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 many reps and still continuing to develop and get better. I sit here with confidence and knowing of who I am as an individual and not worrying about so much for the results. Not worrying about as far as what people may say or think or feel about me, because one of the things that I've learned and learning that someone's opinion of me is not necessarily my reality. And guess what? That applies to you too, because by the end of the day, people are going to say or feel whatever they feel about you anyway, and there's nothing that you can do about it. Only thing you can do is just show up in your true, authentic self, and those that are for you are going to be drawn to you anyway. And those that are not, hey, you love them from a distance. So that's all that I have for you all. I appreciate each and every single last one of you just for hanging out with me on the Saturday. I just wanted to just do like a quick recap. Didn't want to be here long. Stay tuned because there's going to be a lot of other great things in store coming down the pipeline. We are towards the fourth quarter of 2026, and we still got a lot of work to do, guys. We got a lot of work to do. But I truly believe that if you lead first with purpose, and you lead with this attitude and mindset, God, who can I serve today? How can I show up and create an impact that will motivate, encourage, and inspire someone? Someone. If you come with that mindset from experience, I'm a testimony. I'm here to tell you and also show you that it will blow your mind away on how the way he shows up and how the way he opens up doors and how the way he brings people and how opportunities will come about. But you gotta be sincere and you gotta be real about it. Because when I was out in them streets, man, I was all in, right? I'm a kind of person that I'm either all in or all out. I don't do the middle boy. That's not the way I was raised. You're gonna be all in, all out. You're gonna go all the way through, or don't do it at all. Period. But that lukewarm stuff don't fly. Same way here. Same way here. You're gonna be all in, right? Or you're gonna be all out. Lukewarm, it just doesn't cut it. Do you have to be perfect? Absolutely not, because you're speaking to someone that I make mistakes every day. I'm human. I'm flawed, right? There's still things that I still work on, even to this day, even though he has allowed for me to achieve so much, but yet I'm still, I'm not even, I'm not even scratching the surface on my true potential. Think about that for a second. Hmm. And likewise for you as well. So if what I stated on here either motivated, transformed, or inspired at least one person, and may God be the glory, and I take no credit for absolutely none of it. Ladies and gentlemen, there are TV and radio opportunities available if you would like to be able to be on a platform and be with an organization to where to share your story, your brand, your message on a weekly basis, and you truly believe that TV and radio can be the platform. I would love to have a conversation with you. If you are an aspiring speaker and you're saying, man, you know what? I have a story, right? I have a message and I would just love to have the opportunity just to be able to share it. We definitely need to have a conversation because there's some people I can definitely get you plugged in. If you say, you know what, I know that I'm just built for something bigger, something better. But I don't know. I just have certain things. I have certain limitations, which I know, right? Self-limited beliefs that I just can't crack, I just can't shake. And I need to, not need, but I want to work with somebody that's going to be real, it's going to be authentic, it's not going to judge me, it's going to work with me in order to reach the full capacity, but also challenge me as well and hold me accountable. It's very, very important. But hold me accountable. If that's you, oh yeah, we definitely need to have a conversation. Until then, family, this concludes Transformation Greatness along with SBN, the Small Business Network. Once again, I appreciate for all of you guys that has been tuning in. Please feel free to subscribe to as far as my YouTube channel, Sean A. White, Transformation Greatness. Also on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. I pretty much go by the same name, Sean A. White. Until then, enjoy the rest of your evening. By His grace and mercy, look forward to seeing you all on the next episode. Thank you for your time. Have a good evening.